right, it is time for Currently Reading Challenge TBR number 1, May 2023. Hey everyone, it is Shannon, and I'm super excited to be here today and to share with you this video. This is going to be my first set of picks for the Currently Reading Challenge for May 2023. I'm so excited to be doing this. This is something that I started back in 2021 when I noticed that my Currently Reading was getting, from a lot to a real lot, and there were not only a lot of titles, there were a lot of pages. So I dedicated the month of May to spending time on working on the titles from my Currently Reading, and then I did that again in May 2022, and I also did around, I think, fall of 2021. So it's become a bit of an annual tradition, and I've been really looking forward to doing it this year, so here I am. I'm going to do it again this year. So the starting point, where we are now, so as of now, April 30th, I'm starting a day early because of where the Sundays landed. Oh my gosh, one day early. It's fine. So where we are now, I am starting with 7,762 pages on my Currently Reading, and that is over 32 titles. The goal will be to reduce the Currently Reading by 1,000 pages over the next 4 weeks, and so I'm going to break that down to 250 pages a week or 50 pages a day for a 5-day reading week. I've tried different things over the years, and I do find having to read every single day too much pressure, so a 5-day reading week works much, much better for me. I also, using the number 5 again, pick 5 titles for my TBR. I have a jar here with all of my fiction and nonfiction titles, and so I pick 3 fiction titles and 2 nonfiction, and that makes up my TBR for the week. And then each Sunday I pick a new TBR and start fresh with the goal of 250 pages a week or 50 pages a day. So that's how it works. That is the math. I will leave information on the math and stuff below. You're welcome to join in the challenge yourself if you find that you have a lot on your Currently Reading. You can follow these parameters, or you can follow your own parameters. You can do it by random draw. You can do it by picking them in like what you want to pick, the least and the most pages you have left. You can do whatever you want. I find random draw is really a lot of fun, so that's how I've done it all the way through, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I just as always, there is quite an interesting selection. Now, I hope I end up getting interesting picks after that setup, so we'll see how things go. Okay, so that's the goal. 5 books to read, or 5 titles to read over this week. This is what they're going to be. We have fiction and nonfiction. As always, we will start with fiction. What will be the first pick? Oh my gosh, I do not have my tablet. Hang on. I knew I was missing something. Oh my god. I am just going to leave that because I am rusty, and this is, I'm just going to go with it. All right, so I was like, how am I going to show the books? Something is missing. Okay, I have my images for the book titles. Okay, so suspense. Let's see what will be the first pick for the fiction titles. I think I did the paper a little smaller, and I did a marker that's pretty dark, so I feel like you can almost see the titles in there. Can you see them? Can you see them? Anyway, what will be the first title that I will be working on? I'm not gonna look. It's this one. All right, let's see. So I think the line goes down. Demon Soul, yay! I am so excited. So this is the work. Yay, I'm thrilled. Okay, so The Demon Soul is by Richard A. Knack. It is the second book in the War of the Ancients. This is part of the Warcraft world, or World of Warcraft, like the MMO, which I'm currently playing a lot. And I am thrilled about this because I really tried to finish this before the challenge, but I didn't manage to. But I only have 59 pages left. Oh, I am thrilled because I was like, if I don't get this, I'm going to have to try and also read it. No, I don't have to do that. So yay, Demon Soul, 59 pages. That is the first pick. Okay, let's see what's next. So next we are going to nonfiction, smaller jar, fewer choices. Oh, it's this one. I don't know how I know. Sometimes you just know. The Vikings. The Vikings. Oh, this is a hefty one. This is literally the heftiest book. So this is by Gwyn Jones, and I have 321 pages left. This is a folio edition. It's a lovely edition. We've got maps on the end papers there. There's also maps inside. And I have not picked this up for a while, mostly because it's very heavy in the hands and it is quite dry. But I do really love reading about Vikings. I've read several nonfiction and then also, of course, lots of Viking romances. So, whoa, I just lost all my bookmarks. Not all. Okay, so I still know what page I'm on. Anyway, so this is, okay, so I have the next chapter I have is called Denmark to the Death of Gorm the Old. So I'm going to be reading some history here, and I'm looking forward to it, but gosh, it's so heavy. I actually started this one just before last May's currently reading. I just was like, I want to read it. And it's long. I'm trying not to read books that are over 300 pages. This one is over 400 pages, so I mean, they're more like guidelines than rules. What is that from? I can't remember. Okay, let's see what fiction is going to be added to. Oh, was it that one? Oh, I guess so. It just decided to grace us with its presence. Oh, I really... The Highlander's Dark Seduction. I have 59 pages left. It's 2 works where I have 59 pages left. Okay, so this is by Joanne Rock. You can probably tell by the title. It is a historical romance, or it's a romance. It's actually a historical paranormal. It's got a bit of a fae, and it's set in Scotland. Highlander, so Scotland. It's the second in a 2-book. It's actually the second in a 2 novella series, so that is some, drive to potentially finish a series. I can't believe I haven't finished this, to be honest. I started it one week, I read 20 pages, and there's 59 left. I love, these are the Harlequin Undones, which I really enjoy reading. They're really short romance novellas. The Undones are all historical, and this one, as I said, it does have a bit of a paranormal element to it. There's sort of like, I can't remember what they call it in this, like being to see through the veil into a place where there is fae, and there's some sort of people that are sort of have been trapped sort of in between. So there's a light sort of time travel-esque, element, but not really. It's more sort of stasis, kind of. Anyway, I enjoyed the first one. I'm really surprised I haven't continued reading this one. I don't know what happened, but now I will have the opportunity to do so. So there we go. We got some fantasy and some historical paranormal romance and Vikings. I mean, like, this is great. This is great. It's great TBR so far. All right, let's see what the second nonfiction title is. Oh, that's 2. Oh, let's just go for a different one. Let's go for that one. I think that's a different one. Oh gosh, they all have so many. Some of the nonfiction have really long titles. That looks upside down. Is it upside down? We Were Dreamers, an Immigrant Superhero Origin Story. Okay, by Simu Liu. So I am super excited about this. I bought this last year. It came out last year, and I started reading it. I'm not sure exactly why I stopped reading it. It's really great, very conversational, very much someone telling you a story. And so far I am, how many pages do I have left? This one's a bit of a... So we'll see what I decide to do here. So I have 215 pages left of the physical book, but I do now have access to the audio, and the audio is narrated by Simu Liu. And I am really looking forward to maybe going that route, although it is 8 hours. So I might end up, if I switch, I'll end up with probably more time commitment. I'm not sure. I will have to see. I am not I don't read a lot of audiobooks. I don't have sort of like, regular thing that I do that I would listen to audiobooks while I do it. So, I mean, I could see if I can try and cultivate that habit. I do love listening to nonfiction. I don't really listen to fiction on audio unless I'm rereading it, or like that doesn't have a word because I'm not re-listening to it and I'm not rereading it. Anyway, so, I listen to audiobooks, fiction audiobooks, only if I have read it before. Anyway, so I am really looking forward to this. I have loved it so far. Again, I'm not quite sure why I put it down. It might be, again, because it is a hefty hardcover. It's not too long, but I really enjoyed it. So, yeah. Oh, this is turning out great so far. Yay. All right, let's pick the 5th and final pick. I have no idea what to do with the page numbers with the Simu Liu one. I'll figure something out if I decide to switch to audio. We'll see. Oh, man, we got some jumpers this time. All right, this is the next fiction title. Should try and do it not backwards. A Wicked Game. Okay, so this creates a bit of a challenge. We have A Wicked Game by Kate Bateman. This is in the Ruthless Rival series. I don't remember if it's the second or third one. So this is a historical romance. The challenge is I don't usually read two of the same genre at the same time, so I'm gonna have to figure that one out. So this is something, I started this for the Who Picked This Book club. Jen and Alicia were reading it, and Nicole, actually I can't remember, did Nicole come to this live show? I can't remember. I will link the live show up above. I didn't finish in time for the book club live show. So I got to 86 pages in. It's just under 300. It's a historical romance. This is an enemies to lovers. They're not like, are they enemies? Their families are, have rivalry. I don't feel like they're enemies, and there's a bet. They make a bet. It's set during the Napoleonic Wars. This one, it also is, I think one of the things that happened was I got to the point where characters were introduced that were from previous books. And with romance, I mean, you can read romance out of order, but I felt like I could feel the impact of the fact that I hadn't read the other books when the characters came in that had already had full stories. And I was a little surprised at that, but it did happen, and that's the first time that's happened. But it might also be because I watched the live shows for the other books, so I knew the characters from that. I don't know, it just created a bit of a disconnect, but I did enjoy the writing. I did think the characters they're both quite playful with each other, and the rivalry really is, like, it's clear to, like, everyone else, I am sure. Like, if you were in the room with these people, it is clear that they like each other. They're not really enemies. They're more, I would say, rivals. But they do enjoy bugging each other, and that's not something I am a huge fan of. I just realized, my goodness gracious, I have 4 physical books here. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Whoops. 4 physical books plus one everything's just, look at that, 4, hefty. Mind you, I might read this one on audio, and this one I can get from the library to read digitally, as the Warcraft one is, and the Warcraft one's on script. But I will read, well, I don't know, but I will try the audio and see if I can manage that. And then this one is also from the library. Whoops. So, yeah, so I am looking forward to this. 2 romances, 1 fantasy, 1 memoir, and 1 history. That is great. Let's do the math and see how many pages left. I forgot to say A Wicked Game. So this, I have a fair amount left. 221 pages left from that. And then we have, we were Dreamers, which has, also with 215 pages. Wow, 212 pages, 215 pages. That's strange. So 400 and let's say 430. Then the Vikings has 321, so 750. And then Highlander's Dark Seduction is 59 pages, so let's say 60, so 450 plus 60 is 510. Another 59 pages, 510, 570. Whoa, so that's not even that many pages. My goodness, usually I have like 1,000 pages. I don't know if this is good or bad. I have no idea. But I am looking forward to all of these. I am really, I don't continue books I don't enjoy. That is not true. I am horrible at DNFing. But all of these are ones that either I was still, like the Demon Soul, I was still reading, like up until 2 days ago. And the rest, they just sort of fell off my radar, except for A Wiki Game. I didn't finish it for the live show, so I just let it go. But I guess it doesn't want to let me go. So those are the 5 titles that I am going to be reading this week. The aim is 50 pages a day for 5 days out of the week to getting to a grand total of 250 pages by the end of the week. And then I will reset the clock, and then I'll start for another 250 pages. I did create a tracker, which of course doesn't have anything in it yet. So I'll be tracking how many pages I read from the currently reading jars, and then what the weekly cumulative for it, and then the weekly total. I'll also, if I read other books that I'm currently reading, I will mark them there, and then, like, if I decide to pick up randomly something else that's on my currently reading, I track that as well. And then over here, I track everything else that is not something I'm currently reading. I am letting myself read a couple of titles, generally speaking, stuff that I read pretty quickly. This week, it will be Hard-Boiled Cop and Dolphin, Volume 2. I am in the middle of it, so I just sort of want to finish it. It is the manga series I'm currently reading. I find it's okay. It's not my favorite. It has some fan service, which is not my favorite, but it's only 5 volumes, and it's a complete series, so it's a hard-boiled cop and, like, an actual dolphin. Anyway. And I'm also reading Usagi Yojimbo. I am reading volume 25, Fox Hunt by Stan Sakai, and I'm really enjoying the series. I am 25 volumes in. I might even get caught up at some point. So those are other works that I am going to be reading, but the aim is to only read them after I finished my 50 pages. Oh, that's heavy. The Vikings book. It's so heavy. So anyway, that is what I am reading. Let me know what you would start with out of these. Let me know, have you read this on audio? Did you enjoy it? I'm going to have to think about what to do about this one, the 2 historical romance, if I'm going to read them both at the same time, or if I'm going to try and finish maybe the Highlander's Dark Seduction, because I only have 59 pages, and then switch. I probably won't, because the first day of the challenge, I always read a little bit of each of them to get my reading pace. I'm going to have to figure out what to do about the audiobook. Oh my goodness, decisions. That's okay. The decisions actually of what to read are made. It's just sort of like how to read it, and that I can do. So there you have it. Those are my 5 picks for the week. I will be doing another TBR video next Sunday, so all of the TBR videos go up on Sundays, and then I will do weekly wrap-ups, but those will go up on Mondays. I feel like that's just a little bit better because the TBRs are like the super exciting part. The wrap-ups are good too, but I don't like people to have to wait to see what I'm reading. I do share it on social media. I try and be creative for the first couple of days on Instagram and not show the titles in case you haven't watched the video yet, but I will update Goodreads like 1 day later. So yeah, so TBRs first and then weekly wrap-ups on Mondays. And that might be it for videos this month. I'm just sort of getting back into doing videos, so that might be as much as I can do for this month, and we'll see how things go. It's really nice to be back to doing videos, and it's really nice to be back to doing this challenge. I can't wait to get started and to get reading. This is going to be so much fun. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back soon with another video, tomorrow my 1 second every day will be out for the month of April. I have been consistent with that, so I am really happy with that. It's a bit of a different style of video. I love love doing them. So yeah, that's something to look forward to tomorrow. Happy Beltane if you are celebrating, and I will be back tomorrow with my 1 second every day, and next Sunday with the new TBR. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.